Isn't it irritating to receive unsolicited advice? You're sharing a story, maybe a struggle you're facing. Suddenly, someone swoops in with a solution. Unsolicited advice. It's like a conversational drive-by, leaving you feeling less heard and more frustrated. Why do people do this? And, more importantly, how can we navigate these situations with grace? Unsolicited advice is like that well-meaning but off-key note in a beautiful melody. It disrupts the flow and throws off the harmony. Before we dive into coping strategies, it's helpful to understand the motivation behind unsolicited advice. Sometimes people offer advice because they genuinely care. They want to help and see us happy. Their intentions might be good, but their delivery needs work. They fill the space with words instead of listening. Some use advice giving to assert expertise or control. Understanding the why can help us respond with compassion. How do we handle unsolicited advice with grace? It's okay to feel frustrated or annoyed. It's natural when someone jumps in with solutions. Acknowledge those feelings without judgment. Take a deep breath to gather your thoughts. You don't have to accept unsolicited advice. It's your life, your journey. Politely decline and move on. One way to navigate unsolicited advice is to gently steer the conversation in a different direction. You can do this by expressing appreciation for their concern while redirecting the focus. For example, you could say, "Thank you for trying to help, but right now, I just need to vent." This lets the other person know that you value their intentions while setting a boundary. Another approach is to shift the conversation towards a more general topic. For instance, if someone is bombarding you with advice about your career, you could say, "Speaking of careers, how's everything going at your company?" This subtly shifts the focus away from your situation and onto something less emotionally charged. Sometimes, steering the conversation isn't enough. In those situations, it's essential to communicate your feelings directly and honestly. This can be uncomfortable, but it's crucial for setting healthy boundaries. Use I statements to express how their advice makes you feel without blaming or attacking them. For example, instead of saying, "You're always giving me unsolicited advice," try something like, "I feel unheard when I'm sharing something vulnerable, and I receive advice instead of empathy." When communicating your feelings, be assertive but kind. Remember, the goal is not to start an argument, but to create a space of mutual understanding and respect. If the other person cares about you, they'll make an effort to listen and adjust their behavior. Setting boundaries is essential for any healthy relationship, including those with unsolicited advice givers. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They're about protecting your emotional well-being. When someone consistently offers unsolicited advice, it's okay to set a firm boundary. Let them know that while you appreciate their concern, you need them to listen without offering solutions unless asked. If the unsolicited advice continues despite your efforts to communicate and set boundaries, it might be necessary to limit contact with that person. This doesn't have to be a dramatic gesture. You can gradually reduce the frequency and duration of your interactions. Remember, you have the right to protect your emotional well-being, even if it means distancing yourself from certain individuals. Please like and share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more content.